Hey there, Brianna. And those cooler temperatures are going to be a welcome change after the scorcher that we have to start off the week. A record one at that, 97 right now in Houston. This is the warmest temperature we've seen this late in the season, in fall, in the month, on record here in the city of Houston. So we've already blasted past that daily record high temperature of 92, and we could potentially even climb potentially a degree or two warmer before all is said and done. But it's not just Houston, of course. Look at everybody. 95 in Conroe, 90 in Huntsville. Off of Lake Livingston, you could say you have a little bit of a cool lake breeze. It's 86 right now there for you, and then 89 degrees right now in Winnie. And we do keep the potential record streak going for tomorrow as well. The great state of Texas, hot once again. 96 degrees for the city of Houston. That would also break the daily record high temperature for tomorrow as well. That's also 92. So we'll likely see another record warm day tomorrow. Maybe not as hot as today, but between the 2 days we have today and tomorrow, it's definitely a warm one. As for the weather pattern that is bringing this heat, it's also potentially going to cause a little bit of ozone pollution to sink closer to the ground. We have an ozone pollution watch for Harris County, Galveston County, and also Brazoria County. That's in effect today. We'll likely see this extended into tomorrow as well until we get that cool front. And I'm going to have all about that cool front plus a second one that could arrive this weekend, Brianna, coming up in the forecast.
Elyse, thank you.
Oh my gosh, I know. I've caught myself accidentally saying August, September, it's still summer. No, we are well into the fall season. And, you know, we've dubbed kind of this stretch we've had as Hottober. And Hottober smashed it today. We potentially have seen one of the warmest days on record here in the city of Houston for the month of October and the fall season for being in the middle of October. It's 97 degrees right now. Feels like 95 as we have a bit of a dry breeze coming in right now, but that is also the dry breeze, the sunshine, the warm weather pattern we're in has really baked us and warmed us all the way up into the upper 90s across much of southeast Texas and even 86 degrees in Galveston. That's not too bad for this time of year either. So very warm day today, and we're going to do it all again tomorrow as well. Potentially another record day for Tuesday. The record high temperature on Tuesday is also 92. That's what we had today. Smashed it as of right now with 97 degrees. Not the official high temperature for the day, but it's likely going to be somewhere in the upper 90s. Tomorrow we've even forecasted a high temperature now of 96, seeing how hot it's been today. But then what a difference for Wednesday. Cooler, breezy, and that is going to make Wednesday feel a whole lot different. Jackets needed in the morning, maybe even a scarf. That might be too much, but you know what? I'm going to do it for the fall feeling on Wednesday. And then we keep it going on Thursday where that scarf might be needed with temperatures plummeting to the upper 40s, near 50 degrees in the morning. A cool start to the day, a crisp start to the day on Thursday with that fall weather finally arriving. Just give me 2 more days and it'll be here before you know it. And it might have a little bit of staying power thanks to both this first front that will move through Tuesday into Wednesday and then a second front that will move in next weekend. But this is the first one that really does it for us here, dropping temperatures as we head into the weekend. And as for rain chances as well, when we're talking about these fronts, typically we can get some rain out of them, but this one looks like it's going to be a dry passage. Looking ahead to the weekend though, we do have another front rolling through. The rain chances are minimal. We don't want to overpromise anything just because we know we need the rain, but it is something we'll be keeping a close eye on for sure as we have potentially we're potentially entering a flash drought at this moment where we've seen hot temperatures and dry conditions persist for several weeks at this point since the last time we had measurable rainfall in Houston was September 24th. So it's been weeks, and you can tell from the drought monitor right now with drought conditions in almost every single in every county, almost all across the board here in southeast Texas. And just even thinking about the last few weeks here in October, this could potentially be one of the warmest Octobers we've seen just because of these high temperatures in the 90s. Only one day where we didn't have a high in the 90s, and that was 2 Saturdays ago on October 5th. An extremely warm start to October for us. And of course, we are keeping a close eye on the tropics this time of year. Usually by mid-October, we close the door with the fall fronts we can see, but there is a wave out in the deep tropics we're keeping a close eye on that has a 60% chance of developing over the next 7 days as it approaches the Caribbean. Does not pose a threat to us at this point. However, that gyre could potentially get going again. We have a 20% chance of seeing something develop just south of Cancun in the Western Caribbean. Water temperatures there very, very warm right now, but anything that would develop there also does not pose a threat to us at this moment here along the Texas coast, but we're going to be keeping you posted. Meanwhile, here in the 10-day forecast, again, give me 2 more days, 2 more hot days, and then it looks like we could say goodbye to the 90-degree weather, potentially until next year, as that first front really brings us a nice taste of fall. And then after that as well, temperatures look like they're staying in the mid to upper 80s as we head into the following week, and a dry forecast as well with lots of sunshine. So you're good to go for any outdoor plans. But unfortunately, I think we could also use maybe a day with rain, but right now that's just not really in the forecast.
All right, thank you.
Go girl with those horns. Now, as for today's forecast, it's definitely going to feel like a kickoff of college football season because of how hot it is. And we keep the hot weather going tomorrow as well, but that first cool football front is on the way Wednesday, Thursday. Jackets needed, maybe scarves needed. You'll get that fall feeling here in Southeast Texas, and then we'll also have potentially some temperatures warming back up into next weekend.
All right, thank you, Elyse.